quedar mal a mí.
Perdóname, bro, también sí
No,
te
güey, no hay
incluí en
pedo, no
este
me tienes que...
desmadre
No, no me... A mí no me tienen que pedir perdón de nada. O sea, yo, mire, les voy a decir
No,
algo. O sea, así como yo tomé mi decisión personal de nominarte a ti sin consultar a nadie, con mis razones personales, a mí no me piden perdón de nada. Esto es un juego para
Pero
mí.
igual, como te involucró esto que pasó.
Y mira, bro, yo
neta...
ahorita porque te paró Sol y te lo estoy contando ahorita porque te detuvo. Pero de verdad me la supersuda que todos piensen que soy una mierda, ¿eh?
Ay, yo
de
no,
verdad.
Pero yo sí quería que él hablara contigo.
Que estoy bien pendeja, yo sí quiero aclarar. O sea, fue una confusión, creo que
escaló demasiado.
Sí, que escaló demasiado. Sí. Y creo que quedamos mal nosotros tres. Yo como pendejísima.
Yo como hipócrita, el malo de la historia, ¿sí?
Y yo como la inocente, pobre pendeja. Oye, eso me cala, güey.
Y ayer reactivó también.
Here's a story I didn't expect to be revisiting so soon, the Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel cheating scandal. So, a couple weeks ago, I made a video going over what was known at the time that Diana Rossini, who is a sports reporter, has been for a long time, was photographed in a romantic getaway with Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel. This naughty sin started blowing up immediately because Diana Rossini has been in the industry for a very long time, and she is married to a man named Kevin. Mike Vrabel has been a coach for a while. It is a very prominent coach at the moment, and he is married to a woman named Jennifer. And yet here they are with this potential affair just now broadcast out there for everyone to see. So they started scrambling to try and come up with excuses like, oh, actually we had so many friends there and you guys just didn't catch them on camera. This is totally normal for a sports reporter to be romantically hugging and touching and being in a hot tub alone with the head coach that she's probably reporting on. And make no mistake, Diana Rossini's favorite topic is Mike Vrabel. Before she deleted her Twitter account, banishing it to the Shadow Realm in a panic when people started combing through it, she had more tweets about Mike Vrabel than she did her husband and son combined. She thought about Mike Vrabel more than Garfield thinks about lasagna. She was always posting about him. And anyway, no one really knew how deep this rabbit hole went until the last couple days as more and more pictures emerged. This was an affair that had been going on for approximately 6 years. It gets fucking diabolical. Before getting into the new information though, I want to once again set the stage showing you just how much there was out there. It seemed like she was constantly gloating subtly about being unfaithful to her husband, but...
Hola, hola Elías, saludos. Saludos, saludos. Lo que pasa es que muteo el micrófono. Saludos. Saludos, saludos.
Se cancela la pelea de Nando y Abraham en el Supernova.
Si se baja Nando, no me molestaría, lo entiendo, lo respeto.
You guys have a missing person. If you get that tail there, like, he's done for. He ain't coming out.
Are you killing somebody and burying them back here? What are you doing?
He looks in bad condition.
Yeah, you don't.
Sí, salió un reel y salió el simio.
One moment you could be at the height of your career, performing at Coachella, rocking viral video after viral video, and even getting your own Fortnite skin. Then fast forward a little bit over a year, and you're in a courtroom facing life in prison and or worse. So with all the information we have right now, it seems like David threw his life away. He's the singer who went viral for his whole song, Romantic Homicide, and he just pled not guilty to charges of taking the life of a teenage girl who vanished last year. So 1 year since she went missing, and around 6 months after she was discovered in an abandoned Tesla that was linked to David, there's finally been some movement towards justice in the Celeste Rivas Hernandez case. And it's safe to say, I mean, it is not looking good for David right now, considering he's currently looking at, 3 different sets of charges, all of them equally as serious. Not to mention how long it took for the authorities to actually bring these charges forward. I mean, like I said, it's been half a year. So it's safe to say there's been some serious outrage. I mean, people were mad at the police for not immediately throwing David behind bars when everything was first coming out. Since, the overwhelming majority of people who did one Google search realized, this doesn't look good for the guy. But again, these sorts of accusations follow someone forever. And if it did come out that he was not guilty, it would be a terrible look for the police. So, I mean, if there's just a chance that they could be accusing a, massive singer for this horrific crime, that's not one they want to take. But that's not to say that they didn't do anything, because if you look at all the information they just recently released, again, it's not looking good for David whatsoever. And if you saw my last video on this, we saw this arrest coming from a mile away, and thank goodness someone's actually being held responsible for this girl's passing. But if you're not fully aware of what I'm talking about, I'll give you some backstory before we go into what's next for David and why he's currently behind bars. So David, or David Anthony Burke, he blew up on TikTok in 2022 when he was making his own music to avoid copyright strikes on his own Fortnite edits. Which sounds ridiculous, but I guess he was trying to circumvent the predatory music labels who saw, 3 seconds of their own music being used on some 10-minute YouTube video, and then they claim 100% of the revenue from that video. That's a problem in its own, but that turned out to be a blessing in disguise for this guy, because then he realized, he's pretty decent at making music. And when all these Fortnite edits started going viral, people started listening more and more to his music.
Los spooky
the dude was basically an overnight
combinaciones.
sensation because he went from being basically a nobody to having millions of followers, being signed to Interscope Records, performing at Coachella, opening for SZA on tour.
Los
He's making music
my
with,
hotspots
wildly popular TV shows with music. And fans love his personality online, and honestly, some of his songs are decently catchy, so I understand why they blew up. Plus, he recorded and produced some of his early music on his phone, so that also intrigued people in wanting to know how he did all this on just his phone. So I guess he had a cool thing going, but his most popular song being titled Romantic Homicide, and some of his music videos featuring, bodies in cars, that had people's spidey senses tingling when the remains of a 15-year-old girl was found in a Tesla linked to him. I mean, after seeing that video now, knowing what the allegations towards him are, what kind of self-report is this? This is just unbelievable. And this story is about as horrifying as it gets, because in September of last year, employees at Hollywood Impound, they noticed a foul smell coming from what seemed to be an abandoned Tesla. So when police arrived and searched for the vehicle, they unfortunately found the remains of a 15-year-old girl, who was later identified as Celeste Rivas Hernandez. And immediately it was reported that the Tesla was connected to David and had originally been abandoned by his rental home before it was towed to the lot. At the time, though, David was actually on his North American tour, and his distance from the tragedy allowed fans to convince themselves that this is just some terrible coincidence, that he couldn't possibly be involved in. There's a reason why this channel highlights the internet's most ridiculous moments, just like there's a reason why Morgan & Morgan
Los
is
spooky
America's largest law
combinaciones.
firm. Because when you're seriously hurt, your injury could be worth millions of dollars. And if you're injured by someone else's negligence, you deserve to be paid. And Morgan & Morgan does not settle for lowball offers. With over $30 billion recovered for clients, Morgan & Morgan knows a thing or two about fighting for the compensation you deserve. And with over 1,000 lawyers and hundreds of offices nationwide, it's kind of like having an entire army on your side. Not all law firms are the same, because if you hire the wrong one, you may lose before you even get started. So if you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan at forthepeople.com/Tozy. And if you end up working with them, their fee is completely free unless you win. And you can find the link at the top of the description down below to see if you actually have a claim. But without further ado, let's continue the video. Once details started emerging, like the fact the victim even had a matching tattoo with David, and there was seen photos of him and a girl who looks identical to her, it became harder and harder to ignore the signs here.
As D4VD. Now, when this news came out, nobody thought in the slightest that David was actually behind a cold-blooded. I mean, there's no way that a pop artist who recently skyrocketed to fame would just ruin their life by someone, right?
And as I mentioned in my last video, I mean, once the dominoes started falling in this case, they were really tumbling quickly because people started finding more and more evidence that these two were linked a little bit more together than just some, vague pictures, because there were Discord messages and Reddit posts that were reported to be from David and his community that started to make it very obvious that David's fans were at least aware of his interest in underage girls, as well as his connection to a girl by name Celeste. So there was even chats with David and a user named Celeste in his Discord server where they were clearly flirting and claiming they were expecting a baby. And yet other Discord users seemed to confidently tell people that David and Celeste were dating. And the worst part is there are a few past messages from people in the Discord server calling him out for his part in Celeste's disappearance and trying to solicit young girls in general. So I mean, clearly this is a horrifying pattern. There were even reportedly a few people in his community trying to get the info out long before Celeste was found. So take these Reddit posts, for example. There were clearly people calling him out. But again, before the discovery of Celeste, and I guess even immediately after, lots of people didn't want to believe their new favorite artist could be capable of doing something this horrific. And I guess they were just kind of throwing all the allegations under the rug like it was some witch hunt. Even though, like I mentioned, his discography didn't exactly paint him out to be a saint. If anything, it only really just implicated him. I mean, just look at these lyrics. This doesn't look good whatsoever. But even though he maintained his innocence at the time, or at least wasn't addressing the situation, David still canceled the rest of his tour once Celeste was found. And I said this in my last video that this move made sense even if he wasn't guilty of all this, because, you know, the spectacle that started to build around his story would have made it impossible for a normal show to go on. But certainly, it didn't make him look good. But for months, I mean, rumors flew back and forth. The homeowners that David was renting from hired their own private investigators to look into things. Law and Crime was reporting extensively on this, which unfortunately usually was just more speculation and no real movement. So we didn't have too many answers for a long time. And it actually felt like for a while that nothing was happening. People threw out stupid theories like Celeste had probably overdosed and the crime was more moving her. But regardless, you had a kid that lost their life somehow and was left in a trunk for months. This is as bad as it gets. But finally, on April 16th, David was arrested, and on April 20th, he was formally charged with first-degree murder, as well as for financial gain and of a witness to an investigation. And it was also released that she was essentially stabbed, which is just horrifying. So that completely invalidates the whole ODing speculation. And the LA District Attorney's Office released a statement claiming this, which is nothing short of just horrifying. And it doesn't get better because they also dropped a bombshell to, I guess, seemingly confirm a lot of people's suspicions about David's actions. All of this is just so beyond disgusting. But they ended the statement by saying, to Celeste's loved ones, we will get the justice you seek and deserve. And it seems like the statements just got worse and worse. They're saying that he was in fact involved with a minor, and that when he blew up, and I guess she threatened to expose him for his crimes, he decided he only had one choice, which I guess was doing this for financial gain. Because what they're alleging he was trying to do was save his music career. And it's all just so tragic. A child had to pay for all of this, and the dude still lost his career regardless. And the DA also mentioned that a part of the reason all this took so long for them to press charges was the condition of Celeste and, I guess, the cooperation or lack thereof cooperation of some of the witnesses. So, just as suspected, they just want to have all of the information possible. And it's safe to say, they now have a lot of information. They also found a bazillion gigabytes of the worst possible thing to have on your devices. So that's not good either. I mean, everything about this case is really alleging that David is the worst of human beings. So now, David is being held without bail, and he's had his lawyers enter a not guilty plea for him on Monday. So I guess the dude is just going out kicking and screaming, because I don't think anyone believes him at this point. I am surprised his lawyers do, or honestly, they're probably just doing their job. And obviously, they're going for life in prison, but not only life in prison, they're also going for that step up as well. So, again, not looking good for David here. So regardless, I will be following the updates on this case. I might actually show up to the case as well. We'll see. I'm glad Celeste and her family are finally getting some sort of justice, because no kid nor family should ever have to go through something.
Team Rocket is taking over, and this one's special as everything can be a shadow shiny now. Giovanni is easier to get to, and much more. So let's talk about it here. The Steel Resolve Team Go Rocket Takeover event, April 30th, 12 a.m. to Monday, May 4th, 8 p.m. is this event. Now, first thing to note, this event overlaps with the regular Steel Resolve event. So the Wild Spawns, raids, all of that stuff is from that event. This is only talking about Team Go Rocket. I'll link below the video if you want to learn more about that event and the Wild Spawns. But nonetheless, during this Team Go Rocket section, we do have a new shiny debut, Shiny Varoom, only available from 12 kilometer eggs, which can be collected from a Team Go Rocket leader. Remember, Shiny Varoom can only be shiny from the 12 kilometer eggs you collect after the event starts, by the way. Chicago Go Fest in June, there will be Shiny Varoom as well, most likely in the wild, so if you want to get it there and you're going to that event, stay tuned. As far as event bonuses, you will be able to use any charged TM to remove frustration from any shadow Pokemon. Once it's gone forever. Team Go Rocket Grunts will appear more frequently at Pokestops and Balloons, usually every 2 to 3 hours starting at 12 a.m. The IV floor for a Shadow Tier 1 and Shadow Tier 3 raids will be removed, so it'll be 000, meaning you can get PvP IVs from Shadow Raids. And then also you have all the bonuses from the Sealed Resolved Go Pass, which include 2x Catch Candy at Tier 1 and increased Stardust from Team Go Rocket Grunts at Tier 2. There's some new Shadow Pokemon though coming from the Grunts. Not only will the Grunts rotate and you'll get a bunch of different shadow Pokemon now appearing, but Shadow Helioptile will now be available from either normal or electric type grunts. Shadow Dewpider will be available from bug or water type female grunts. Shiny Morlo will be available from grass or fairy type grunts. Shadow Stuffle will be available from normal and fighting type grunts. All of these of course can be Shadow Shiny, and Cliff, Arlo, and Sierra will have new shadow Pokemon you can encounter after you battle them. I don't know what these are, but they will be from the regular shadow pool. Now it's important to note in terms of shiny rates, grunts usually have like a 1 in 512 to like 1 in 256 odds of a shiny shadow, so not very good. The reason you want to do the leaders, Cliff, Arlo, and Sierra, is because Pokemon are shiny boosted from them, so 1 in 64. So whatever Cliff, Arlo, and Sierra shadow Pokemon end up being, those are ones that are going to be easier to hunt because they are shiny boosted. And then Giovanni's shiny rate is 1 in 20. Speaking of the shiny legendary, Shadow Landorus Incarnate Form is going to be Giovanni's new shadow Pokemon, which you can get shiny shadow with a rate of 1 in 20. Whenever you defeat a Giovanni at the start of this event until the next Team Go Rocket Takeover event, that's the shadow legendary you will encounter. There'll be free research tasks during the event to get you fast TMs, charge TMs, and mysterious components. Now before we get into the tips, 67% of you guys aren't subscribed. If my videos have ever helped you, I'd appreciate if you hit the sub button. Nonetheless, let's talk about these new shadow Pokemon in Pokemon Go. Are they any good? Starting off with Giovanni's big boy, Shadow Landorus in the Incarnate Form. With Mudshot and Earth Power, it's going to be the new number 7 ground type attacker, so not a bad shadow legendary to go after. Now obviously Shadow Groudon, Shadow Garchomp, Shadow Excadrill, which are arguably a bit more accessible, are better than this Pokemon, but it's still not a bad alternative and not a bad shadow Pokemon to go after if you have a couple extra radars. You can also use it as a rock type attacker with Rock Throw and Rock Slide, the number 17 rock type attacker. Not amazing, but it does hit 2 types, which is nice. You then have Shadow Helioptile, which evolves into Shadow Heliolisk, which will be a good spice pick for the Great League and the Ultra League, but not the best. Then Shadow Dewpider, which evolves into Shadow Araquanid. It's going to
Thank
be
you for the
Pokemon
follow.
for the Great League, and it does gain a couple extra wins from being the Shadow Form, so not a bad Pokemon to get. Finally, Shadow Morlo, which is a Pokemon not good for raids or PvP, but does get you 500 Stardust when you catch it, so great to just catch those as it's like catching 5 Pokemon at once. Now, the Black Rocket Raider, the Super Rocket Raider, what you need to battle Giovanni. In the past, you'd actually get this special research that will get you a free Super Rocket Radar. However, they've changed it. The Steeled Resolve Go Pass, which is actually starting at the start of the Steeled Resolve event, once you hit a certain rank, you actually get a Super Rocket Radar. So no longer are the days where you can't go past page 1 to save your Team Go Rocket research until the next event so you can get the next one. Now, you just flat out get a radar from the Go Pass, which is huge. It means you don't have to do those like purify a Pokemon tasks. You don't need to like battle the leaders to get your radar. You literally just need to get high up on the Go Pass rank. If you buy the Deluxe Pass, you also get a second radar. So you get a free one from the free track and then a second one from the paid track. It's also great now because if you want to not battle Shadow Landers in the incarnate form, you can save your Black Rocket Radar until a future event and battle a future Shadow Lander, like if Giovanni ever gets like Shadow Rayquaza, for example. As far as Gray Rocket Radars, the Super Rocket Radars, these are what you need to battle Cliff, Arlo, and Sierra. Remember, normally you can't stack these radars, as once you get a rocket radar, you do not get mysterious components, which you need 6 of to get a radar from Team Rocket Grunts. But since mysterious components are from field research tasks, you can technically go ahead and collect a bunch of mysterious components from the research task and have more than one rocket radar in your account at one time. Now, I'm sure everyone's wondering, like, how do you defeat Shadow Landorus and Giovanni? This has been a question that's been asked so often. Well, Giovanni's party will always have a Shadow Persian in the front. Then there will be one of any of the 3 Shadow Pokemon. We don't know at the time making this video what they will be. And finally, in the 3rd slot, Shadow Landorus Incarnate. So I can't give you the exact team and how to defeat him, but I can give you a bunch of tips. The first tip, Giovanni will automatically use 2 shields on the first charge attacks you throw. So throwing quick charging moves is the best to burn the shields quickly. Pokemon like Lucario, Machamp, Conkeldurr, fighting type Pokemon with counter and power-up punch, Lucario mainly, are going to be great to burn through the Persian shields and get rid of it while boosting your attack. Then in the back, Landorus Incarnate form is 4 times weak to ice. So White Kyurem, Black Kyurem, Shadow Mamoswine, Weavile, Darmanitan in the Galarian form, any of these Pokemon are going to be great to put in your back slot. So a fighting type and ice type. And in the middle slot, I highly recommend you go battle Giovanni, see what he has in the middle after you defeat the Persian, and then back out and switch accordingly. Of course, you can look at a type chart for what will do good against that Pokemon, but you can also just use like something like a Zacian in the Crown Sword form, as that Pokemon is just such a beast. It can generally handle everything. You can also switch when battling Giovanni that will stun him, and then that will give you a couple extra chances to get a couple extra moves in and build extra energy as they stop attacking when you switch for some reason. Now, there's a bunch of Shadow Pokemon in Pokemon Go that are available. Now, at the time making this video, I don't know what the new lineup is going to be. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go through all the best Shadow Pokemon for PvP and all the best Shadow Pokemon for raids. So if you ever see these Pokemon, catch them, try to get good IVs of them, and remember to remove frustration from them before the event ends, as you need to remove frustration so you can use an actual Shadow Pokemon and use its regular move pool, because frustration is literally a dog water move. Starting off with the Dark type, you have Shadow Poochyena, which evolves into Shadow Mightyena, a decent spice pick for the Great League. The Dragon Grunt has Shadow Dratini, evolving into Shadow Dragonair, a great Pokemon for the Great League, and Shadow Dratini can evolve into Shadow Dragonite, which is also good for the Great League. The Electric Grunt has Shadow Magnemite, evolving to Shadow Magnezone, a great spice pick for the Great League. The Fairy Grunt has Shadow Alolan Vulpix to Shadow Alolan Ninetales, a Pokemon for the Great League and a Pokemon for the Ultra League. You also have Shadow Galarian Weezing, which is a not bad Pokemon for the Great League and limited PvP cups. Fighting Pokemon has Shadow Mankey, evolving into Shadow Primeape, which is good for the Great League, and you can evolve that into Shadow Annihilate, which is a meta pick for both the Great League and the Ultra League. The Fire Grunt has Shadow Vulpix with Shadow Ninetales being good for the Great League. The Flying Grunt has Shadow Swablu, evolving to Shadow Altaria, being good for the Great League. Shadow Gligar is also just a base Pokemon you can get, which is not bad for the Great League. You can also evolve that into Shadow Gliscor, which is good for the Great League, and Shadow Caesar, which is good for the Great League and the Ultra League. The Ghost Grunt has Shadow Duskull, evolving to Shadow Dusknoir, good for the Great League and a meta pick for the Ultra League, and Shadow Sableye, which is not bad for the Great League. The Grass Grunt has Shadow Cacnea, which evolves into Cacturne, which is good in limited PvP cups. Also, Shadow Lileep evolves into Shadow Credilli, not a bad Pokemon for the Great League. Shadow Phantom evolves into Shadow Trevenant, which is a spice pick for the Great League and could get much better in the future. The Grogrunt has Shadow Gligar as well, as I already mentioned, which can evolve into Shadow Gliscor, as I already mentioned. You have Shadow Trapinch, which evolves into Shadow Flygon, which is good for some Great League PvP cups. The Ice Grunt has Shadow Swinub, evolving into Shadow Pillow-Swine, a good spice pick for the Great League and limited PvP cups. Also, Shadow Alolan Vulpix into Shadow Alolan Ninetales, good for the Great League and good
Mis curiosos, sean todos bienvenidos a un nuevo video. Nuestro planeta está lleno de rincones inexplorados y desconocidos. Cuando los humanos hemos logrado llegar a ellos, hemos visto criaturas que se supone que no deberían estar vivas. En el video de ahora vas a conocer algunas historias, leyendas y teorías que te van a hacer dudar sobre la historia que conocemos. Es muy probable que muchas criaturas prehistóricas todavía sigan con vida. Número 10. El mamut lanudo es uno de los animales más famosos del pasado. Se trata de una criatura imponente con colmillos largos y curvos. Para protegerse del frío extremo de la edad de hielo, su cuerpo estaba cubierto por una gruesa capa de pelo oscuro y rojizo. La ciencia dice que los últimos ejemplares desaparecieron hace apenas 4000 años en la remota isla rusa de Wrangell. Se cree que el cambio climático al final de la era glacial y la intensa cacería humana provocaron su extinción total. Pero hay quienes están convencidos que aún hay manadas de mamuts con vida. Pero ¿de dónde viene esta locura? ¿Son suposiciones tontas o hay razones para creer en esto? Siberia es un lugar gigantesco y lleno de misterios. Hay muchas cosas que desconocemos sobre este sitio. Tiene más de 10 millones de kilómetros cuadrados de montañas y bosques helados casi impenetrables. En un lugar tan enorme y solitario, es muy fácil que un grupo de animales gigantes se esconda de nosotros hoy en día. Las tribus yakutas y los evenkis que habitan acá tienen historias que podrían darnos un indicio de que todavía están vivos. Los jefes de estas aldeas cuentan que hay animales enormes que caminan haciendo temblar el suelo siberiano, pero que a diferencia de lo que muchos creemos, no viven en la superficie, sino ocultos en túneles muy profundos bajo el hielo. Esto ya se está poniendo raro. Para muchos, esto suena a historias exageradas, hasta que descubres que en internet se cuentan historias raras sobre avistamientos. Uno de ellos, supuestamente, tuvo lugar en el invierno del año 1943. La historia dice que un piloto militar volaba con su avioneta sobre la desolada región de Yakutia, cuando de pronto, al ver por su ventana, notó que debajo de él caminaban enormes bestias oscuras en grupo. Detalló en su reporte militar que tenían trompas largas, colmillos inmensos y una capa gruesa de pelo. El piloto aterrizó totalmente seguro y convencido de que acababa de sobrevolar una manada de mamuts vivos. Otra historia cuenta que en el verano de 1978, un grupo de mineros reportó ver elefantes peludos a la distancia. Los científicos dicen que podría tratarse de historias inventadas o exageraciones, pero si lo piensas bien, un lugar tan inexplorado, helado y gigante como la taiga siberiana sería el lugar perfecto para que estos animales se escondan de los humanos. Aunque la ciencia dice que ya no existe ni uno solo, historias y leyendas locales cuentan algo muy diferente. Maldita basura. Vení, baja esos mamuts del camión. Te van a descubrir. Número 9. El perezoso gigante, también conocido como megaterio, fue una de las bestias más grandes y asombrosas que vivió en Sudamérica. Era un animal muy grande que cuando se paraba sobre sus patas traseras podía medir hasta 6 metros de alto. Era una cosa monstruosa. Pero eso no era todo. Tenía garras inmensas y muy filosas y estaba cubierto de un pelaje muy grueso color rojizo. La ciencia afirma que se extinguió hace unos 10.000 años, justo al final de la última glaciación. Pero bueno, no estoy tan seguro de eso. Se cree que como muchos animales de esa época, el cambio climático y los primeros humanos se los peinaron a todos. No quedó ninguno. Pero la selva amazónica es gigante y hay zonas prácticamente impenetrables. Aquí es donde la cosa se pone interesante. La Amazonía abarca millones de kilómetros cuadrados. En algunas partes, la vegetación es tan densa que nunca hemos podido entrar. Este lugar es el escenario de una criatura legendaria que llaman el mapinguari. Las tribus indígenas de Brasil y Bolivia tienen historias muy antiguas sobre un animal gigante que huele terriblemente mal. Aseguran que esa bestia camina de forma lenta, tiene el pelo rojizo y unas garras enormes capaces de destrozar cualquier árbol duro. Muchos expertos se dieron cuenta que la descripción física del mapinguari coincide perfectamente con la del perezoso gigante. No se trata de un simple mito indígena, porque cientos de trabajadores y locales afirman haber...
¿Tienes algo para tradear o qué?
En el año 1937, una historia cuenta que un cazador brasileño vivió una experiencia de esas. Bro, que se encontró frente a frente con esta enorme bestia peluda en medio de la densa selva amazónica. Al verla, le disparó con su rifle a quemarropa, pero el enorme animal soltó un grito ensordecedor y huyó ileso entre los árboles. Mucho después, en la década de los 90, un reconocido biólogo estadounidense llamado David Oren decidió investigar este misterio en persona. Oren viajó a lo más profundo del Amazonas en Brasil y entrevistó a decenas de cazadores y recolectores de caucho. Más de 80 testigos diferentes se describieron.
Thank you for the follow. You have something to trade or are you looking for something to trade?
Profundas de garras gigantes en troncos y zonas donde la vegetación fue aplastada por un animal muy grande. Esta selva es un territorio tan inexplorado que los científicos descubren nuevas especies cada año. Si sobrevuelas este lugar, vas a ver un océano infinito de árboles oscuros, que si lo piensas bien, podría ser la fortaleza perfecta para que un animal prehistórico como el perezoso gigante...
Send me your trade so I can see what you have to trade.
Donde ningún ser humano ha entrado jamás. Número 8. El tigre dientes de sable, científicamente llamado estilodón.
My user isn't on the screen. Send me a trading. I can see what you have on to trade.
Los libros de historia aseguran que esta bestia desapareció hace unos 10.000 años en el continente americano. Los científicos creen que se extinguió porque sus presas gigantes desaparecieron y el clima mundial cambió drásticamente. Pero ¿me creerías si te digo que es posible que siga vivo en algunas montañas aisladas de América? Nos han engañado todo este tiempo. Desde el sur de Estados Unidos hasta las profundas selvas de Venezuela, existen historias que desafían lo que creemos. Las tribus indígenas pemones que habitan en Sudamérica hablan de un temible animal al que ellos llaman guairarima. Lo describen como un felino del tamaño de un jaguar moderno, pero con 2 enormes colmillos sobresaliendo de su boca. Para estas comunidades no se trata de una leyenda loca ni de un mito antiguo, sino de un depredador real de carne y hueso. A principios del siglo XX, este gran misterio también cobró mucha fuerza en las áridas montañas de Norteamérica. Cuenta la leyenda que en el año 1913, unos soldados de caballería estadounidense patrullaban las zonas más salvajes y remotas de Arizona. Según la historia, estos hombres se encontraron de frente con 2 felinos gigantes que tenían colmillos enormes y tuvieron que disparar, aunque no pudieron encontrar los cuerpos porque salieron huyendo. Este tipo de relatos fueron algo frecuente entre los cazadores locales por muchas décadas. Años más tarde, en 1991, la leyenda resurgió con muchísima fuerza en Venezuela. Un experimentado cazador indígena llamado Pearson Sosa navegaba tranquilamente por el lejano río Parral. De pronto vio salir de la espesa vegetación a un gran felino sin manchas que se acercó sigilosamente a beber agua. Pearson se quedó paralizado de terror al notar los gigantes colmillos curvos que sobresalían claramente de la mandíbula de este animal. Cuando unos investigadores occidentales le mostraron un dibujo del tigre dientes de sable prehistórico, el cazador lo reconoció sin duda. La inmensa selva y las montañas altas son un refugio perfecto donde muchas especies viven totalmente en secreto. Es muy posible que un pequeño grupo de estos felinos haya aprendido a cazar presas menores y a esconderse de nosotros. Es una teoría, aunque la ciencia está en contra de
That's
esto.
everything I have.
Pero por otro lado, pensar que ya exploramos cada cueva oscura y cada rincón lejano de la selva, yo creo que es ser muy arrogantes. Quizá por ahí quedan los últimos tigres dientes. El megaraña fue el lagarto venenoso más grande y aterrador que ha existido en nuestro planeta. Hablamos de un monstruo prehistórico que podía medir más de 7 metros de largo y pesar hasta 600 kilos de puro músculo. Tenía escamas duras como una armadura, garras filosas y una mordida mortal largada de bacterias y veneno. La historia dice que esta bestia desapareció de Australia hace unos 40.000 años atrás. Los expertos dicen que la
What do you offer for it?
y la falta de presas grandes provocaron su extinción. Pero el desierto australiano es gigantesco y esconde secretos que podrían cambiar todo lo que crees saber. El interior de Australia tiene millones de kilómetros cuadrados de tierras desoladas donde nadie se atreve a vivir. Patrañas. Vení, no te vas a mudar a Australia. Ya hablamos de esto. Las antiguas tribus aborígenes cuentan historias ancestrales sobre un reptil gigante y demoníaco al que ellos llaman Wui. Para ellos no es un simple mito, sino un depredador peligroso del tamaño de un inmenso cocodrilo que corre por la tierra. Estas historias cobraron vida cuando científicos modernos empezaron a reportar encuentros imposibles. En el año 1979, un experimentado herpetólogo llamado Frank
I'm looking for something more rare.
conducía su
Rare.
vehículo por un camino de tierra solitaria en las remotas montañas de Guatemala. A lo lejos vio algo muy grande que bloqueaba el paso y pensó que era un enorme tronco caído por el viento.
Send me your trade so I can see what you have in your base.
El experto calculó con total seguridad que ese inmenso lagarto medía cerca de 8 metros de largo.
The user is on the screen.
El investigador Rex Gilroy viajó por todo el país.
Let me see your base.
buscando más pruebas. Gilroy encontró huellas recientes en el del tamaño de un plato grande y escuchó testimonios de granjeros muy asustados. Los ganaderos reportaban ataques misteriosos donde sus vacas desaparecían en la noche o aparecían con horribles marcas de mordidas gigantes. El actual dragón de Komodo nos demuestra que los grandes reptiles son expertos en sobrevivir ocultos de los humanos. Las vastas llanuras, las cuevas profundas de Australia son un refugio natural perfecto para que este animal se esconda cuando ve presencia humana. Asegurar que hemos explorado cada kilómetro y cueva de este inmenso continente es una locura. Así que aquí quita que todavía estén vivos. Número 6. El Gigantopithecus fue el simio más
Let me see what you have.
Era un inmenso primate que podía medir hasta 3 metros de alto y pesar casi 500 kilos. Los científicos dicen que esta gran bestia desapareció en los densos bosques de Asia hace más de 100.000 años. Los expertos creen que los cambios en el clima mundial destruyeron los árboles y el bambú del que se alimentaba. Pero las montañas llenas de neblina y las selvas inexploradas del continente asiático son tan grandes que no podemos descartar que aún siga vivo. En lugares remotos de China y el Tíbet existen miles de kilómetros de cordilleras donde los humanos casi nunca entran. Es en esos bosques impenetrables donde nace la famosa y antigua leyenda del Diente, el hombre salvaje de China. Los campesinos locales cuentan historias de sus antepasados sobre un enorme simio peludo, quebradizo, que camina sobre 2 patas. Muchos investigadores modernos se dieron cuenta de que esos relatos describen exactamente la forma y el tamaño de un Gigantopithecus. Esas historias dejaron de ser simples mitos campesinos cuando científicos empezaron a tener encuentros directos y aterradores. En el año 1940, un biólogo chino llamado Wang Zheng viajaba por la aislada y misteriosa región de Shenong. Zheng aseguró haber visto esto con sus propios ojos a un simio gigante que acababa de ser abatido por cazadores locales. El experto detalló que la inmensa criatura medía más de 2 metros de alto y tenía un espeso pelaje color rojizo. Años más tarde, en 1976, un funcionario de gobierno llamado Pang Chen vivió algo que lo paralizó por completo. Chen caminaba solo por el bosque cuando se encontró cara a cara con un simio gigante de mirada muy inteligente. Según la historia, ese animal inmenso lo observó fijamente por unos largos segundos antes de caminar de forma lenta y desaparecer en la selva oscura. Estas pruebas fueron tan fuertes que la Academia de Ciencias de China organizó expediciones oficiales para cazar a la bestia. Los científicos encontraron enormes huellas en el barro y cabellos rojizos que los laboratorios no pudieron identificar con ningún animal conocido. Los grandes primates modernos son increíblemente inteligentes, son cautelosos y saben perfectamente cómo evitar acercarse al peligroso ser humano. Creer que ya revisamos cada cueva profunda, cada bosque en las montañas más altas del mundo puede ser un pensamiento atrevido. Así que hay quienes no descartan del todo la posibilidad. Número 5. El plesiosaurio fue un depredador marino que dominó los océanos durante la época de los dinosaurios. Era un reptil acuático inmenso con un cuello muy largo, 4 aletas poderosas y una mandíbula llena de dientes afilados. Según la historia oficial, esta criatura desapareció hace 66 millones de años cuando un asteroide golpeó la Tierra. Los expertos dicen que debido al tremendo impacto, la mayoría de los animales de aquella época perdieron la vida. Ahora vamos a la parte interesante del asunto. Nuestros océanos y lagos más profundos siguen siendo un gran misterio para la ciencia. De hecho, sabemos mucho más sobre la superficie de Marte que sobre el fondo oscuro de nuestros propios mares. En ese abismo infinito de agua es muy fácil que una criatura prehistórica encuentre un escondite perfecto para sobrevivir. Las antiguas leyendas escocesas y las tribus de la Patagonia suramericana hablan desde hace siglos sobre monstruos acuáticos gigantes. Para estas personas no son criaturas mágicas, sino animales reales de cuello largo que pueden respirar por pocos segundos. Esos viejos mitos locales se convirtieron en un debate mundial cuando aparecieron pruebas físicas y testigos. O sea, en la primavera del año 1977, el barco pesquero japonés Suiyumaru navegaba cerca de Nueva Zelanda. Los pescadores
Show me your bait first. I want to see what attracts my eye. You have a trait.
Y un cuello larguísimo. Tomaron fotografías muy claras y recolectaron muestras antes de devolver el pesado cuerpo al mar para no arruinar sus peces. Años antes, en 1972, el científico estadounidense Robert Rhines organizó una gran expedición en Escocia. Rhines usó equipos de radar submarino en el lago Ness y logró fotografiar bajo el agua una gigantesca aleta prehistórica. La imagen coincidía exactamente con la anatomía de un plesiosaurio, demostrando que algo inmenso nadaba en la oscuridad, aunque más tarde se dijo que esa foto quizá había sido alterada y le restaron credibilidad. Quienes defienden su existencia dicen que los lagos del mundo son profundas fallas geológicas que podrían conectar con cavernas submarinas totalmente inexploradas. Los océanos tienen abismos tan profundos que la presión aplastaría cualquier submarino humano en cuestión de segundos. Así que hay muchas zonas sin explorar, sitios de los que no sabemos nada. Ahí, en una cueva, quizá viva uno de estos animales y de vez en cuando sale a la superficie a tomar aire y buscar comida. Número 4. Durante la época de los dinosaurios existía un animal que era considerado el rey de los cielos, el pterosaurio. Se trataba de un reptil volador que tenía enormes alas, un pico largo y afilado y una gran cresta en su cabeza. Los registros dicen que desapareció hace 66 millones de años luego del impacto del asteroide. Cuando eso ocurrió, el cielo se oscureció, las selvas murieron y estos animales gigantes se quedaron sin ningún alimento. Pero quienes defienden su existencia dicen que los pantanos más profundos y aislados del mundo podrían esconder a los últimos sobrevivientes de esta especie. Analicemos las pruebas entonces. Los inmensos humedales de África Central son...
I don't want to trade I don't want those things you offer.
Hablan con muchísimo terror de una criatura voladora y muy agresiva a la que llaman congamá. Para ellos no se trata de un simple pájaro grande, sino de un monstruo sin plumas que ataca ferozmente a los pescadores. En el año 1923, un explorador y juez inglés llamado Frank Manden documentó este misterio de forma directa. Cuando Mellen les mostró a los jefes nativos el dibujo de un pterosaurio en un libro, todos gritaron y lo reconocieron de inmediato. Pero el continente africano no es el único lugar con grandes bestias voladoras acechando en la oscuridad de la noche. En las inexploradas y densas montañas de Papúa Nueva Guinea existe otra leyenda increíble sobre una criatura llamada rope, que según descripciones es muy parecida al pterosaurio. Otra historia cuenta que durante el segundo conflicto mundial, en el año 1944, un soldado estadounidense vivió un encuentro aterrador. Dwayne Hodgkinson caminaba por un claro de la selva cuando escuchó un crujido y vio una bestia inmensa levantando el vuelo. Hodgkinson detalló que el animal no tenía ni una sola pluma, poseía un cuerno en la cabeza y una enorme cola larga. El soldado militar juró que las alas de piel de ese monstruo que acababa de ver medían más de 7 metros de ancho. Él regresó a su campamento totalmente convencido de que acababa de ver un pterodáctilo bivolando sobre los árboles tropicales. Hay cientos de cavernas en montañas altas que son totalmente inaccesibles para los investigadores y la tecnología del mundo moderno. El cielo sobre estas selvas perdidas son el refugio perfecto para un depredador que planea en total silencio. Así que no sería tan loco pensar que aún quede uno que otro con vida. Tengo hambre. Benny, ¿a dónde vas con esa escopeta y esos binoculares? Suelta eso. Número 3. El moa gigante fue una de las aves no voladoras más altas que ha existido en nuestro planeta. Era un animal originario de Nueva Zelanda que podía medir casi 4 metros de altura y pesar más de 200 kilos. A diferencia de las avestruces modernas, esta criatura no tenía ni el más mínimo rastro de alas en su cuerpo. Se dice que estas grandes aves desaparecieron por completo hace aproximadamente 600 años. La historia asegura que la intensa cacería por parte de los primeros colonizadores maoríes acabó rápidamente con toda la especie. Se supone que los humanos se las comieron a todos, o tal vez no. Los densos bosques y las montañas de Nueva Zelanda son inmensos y sumamente difíciles de explorar. La remota región de Fiordland, en la zona sur del país, tiene millones de hectáreas de naturaleza virgen y valles oscuros. En ese inmenso laberinto infinito de árboles y niebla, es muy posible que un grupo de moas gigantes haya encontrado un refugio seguro. Déjame que te cuente las pruebas. Las antiguas tribus maoríes siempre aseguraron a los colonos que algunos moas gigantes lograron sobrevivir escondiéndose en lo alto de las montañas. Estas no son solo leyendas del pasado, ya que los exploradores europeos empezaron a encontrar pistas físicas imposibles de ignorar. En el año 1850, un científico inglés llamado Walter Mantell llegó a la región para investigar esos extraños relatos. Mantell caminó por las selvas del sur de Nueva Zelanda y encontró huellas enormes y totalmente frescas marcadas sobre el lodo. Los guías indígenas locales explicaron con total seguridad y tranquilidad que esas inmensas pisadas recientes pertenecían a un moa vivo. Por si eso fuera poco, en enero de 1993, un respetado ex militar británico llamado Paddy Freeney exploraba los fríos Alpes neozelandeses. De repente vio a una gigantesca ave de cuello largo corriendo muy rápido entre los gruesos arbustos del valle. Freeney era un hombre serio y entrenado e incluso logró tomar una foto muy borrosa del inmenso animal antes de perderlo. Las grandes aves no voladoras son increíblemente silenciosas, muy asustadizas y expertas en camuflarse perfectamente en la naturaleza. Los bosques de Nueva Zelanda forman una fortaleza natural perfecta donde el hombre moderno casi nunca se atreve a entrar. Así que luego de estas pruebas e historias, muchos creen que podría seguir con vida. Número 2. Los teratornítidos fueron las aves voladoras más grandes y monstruosas que vivieron sobre el continente americano. Se trataba de un ave de rapiña colosal con un pico filoso y unas enormes alas oscuras que podían medir hasta 7 metros de punta a punta. La ciencia dice que esta gran especie desapareció por completo hace unos 10.000 años, al final de la era de hielo. Los expertos creen que murieron de hambre al desaparecer rápidamente los animales gigantes muertos de los que solían alimentar. Sin embargo, las inmensas cordilleras de los Andes y los grandes desiertos de Norteamérica son territorios gigantescos y muy difíciles de explorar. En estos enormes rincones inaccesibles y solitarios de nuestro continente, es muy posible que una pequeña población siga volando en secreto. Pero, ¿qué pruebas tenemos para creer en eso? Las antiguas tribus nativas de Norteamérica tienen historias sagradas y muy antiguas sobre una criatura inmensa a la que ellos llaman pájaro del trueno. Para los indígenas, no se trata de un dios mágico, sino de un águila gigantesca de carne y hueso con alas tan grandes que oscurecen el sol. Esas historias tomaron un tono muy real y aterrador en el mes de abril del año 1890 en Tombstone, Arizona. Dos vaqueros estadounidenses aseguraron haberse encontrado de frente con un ave monstruosa y prehistórica en medio del desierto. Ellos reportaron en el periódico local que las alas del enorme animal medían más de 5 metros, asombrando a todo el pueblo. Mucho más tarde, el misterio regresó con fuerza y pánico en el verano de 1977 en Lawndale, Illinois. Un niño de 10 años llamado Marlon Lowe jugaba en el patio de su casa cuando dos pájaros oscuros y gigantes bajaron del cielo. Madre, Ruth Lowe, vio aterrada como una de estas aves gigantes agarró a su hijo y lo levantó por el aire antes de soltarlo. En esa misma época, decenas de maestros y policías serios en el sur de Texas también reportaron ver aves negras del tamaño de una pequeña avioneta. Todas esas historias, sumado a que los cielos de las montañas americanas están llenos de picos altísimos y cuevas profundas donde absolutamente ningún humano ha logrado escalar jamás, han hecho creer a muchos que estas aves gigantes todavía siguen con vida. Número 1. El megalodón fue el tiburón más colosal y letal que ha nadado en los oscuros océanos de nuestro planeta. Era un verdadero monstruo marino que podía medir hasta 18 metros de largo y aplastar huesos con una sola mordida. Tenían mandíbulas tan grandes que un humano adulto se podría parar dentro de ellas, sin contar esos dientes afilados del tamaño de una mano humana. La ciencia asegura que este monstruo de los mares desapareció hace unos 3 millones de años debido a grandes cambios climáticos. Los expertos afirman que el rápido enfriamiento de las aguas y la falta de presas grandes terminaron matando de hambre a toda su especie. Pero aquí vienen algunos datos interesantes. El océano cubre la mayor parte de la Tierra y sigue siendo el territorio más inexplorado y misterioso que existe. Sabemos mucho más sobre los fríos cráteres de la Luna que sobre los oscuros y helados abismos del fondo del mar. Es en esas inmensas trincheras oceánicas donde un depredador prehistórico gigante tendría todo el espacio necesario para ocultarse sin ser detectado. Los pescadores de las islas del Pacífico tienen historias milenarias sobre inmensos tiburones blancos blancos a los que consideran dioses del abismo. Una de esas historias se remonta al año 1918 en la costa de Australia. Un grupo de pescadores muy experimentados se negó rotundamente a volver al mar tras sufrir un encuentro escalofriante cerca de Port Stephens. Un respetado naturalista australiano llamado David Steele entrevistó a esos rudos hombres del mar, quienes estaban paralizados de miedo al contar su historia. Ellos juraron que un inmenso tiburón de color blanco, del tamaño de un barco grande, devoró sus pesadas trampas para langostas como si fueran migajas. Otra historia cuenta que en el año 1954, la tripulación del barco Rachel Cohen vivió un suceso sumamente perturbador. Mientras la gran embarcación estaba en un muelle australiano para ser reparada, los trabajadores notaron algo espeluznante clavado en la madera. Habían enormes dientes de tiburón incrustados de forma profunda en el casco del barco. Se veía como si el tiburón hubiese intentado morder el barco, pero no pudo conseguir. Las marcas de sus dientes eran visibles. Muchos no creyeron estas historias y dijeron que eran puras patrañas. La biología moderna ya nos demostró con el pez celacanto que una especie puede esconderse en las profundidades marinas durante millones de años. El celacanto se creía que llevaba mucho tiempo extinto, pero ahí estaba todavía, nadando como si nada. Si un pez antiguo ya logró engañarnos por tanto tiempo en el inmenso océano, un tiburón gigante fácilmente podría estar haciendo exactamente lo mismo. Así que no lo descartemos del todo. Quizá sea cuestión de tiempo para que tengamos una prueba física definitiva que cambie la historia que conocemos. Ahora dime, ¿crees que alguno de esos animales extintos todavía siga con vida? ¿O se trata de puros cuentos falsos?
La grande combinazione. 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 La grande combinazione.
Todos me preguntan qué le pasó a mi huevo. Y esto porque todo mundo está viendo que ya no tengo el huevo metido en la base, pero no se preocupen que mi huevo se encuentra intacto. Simplemente como les dije en mi video pasado, Richito Myers fue el primero al que le di el privilegio de agarrar mi huevo. Y bueno, como pueden ver, ahí está Richito felizmente agarrando mi huevo para meterlo dentro de su base. Y es que como saben, tener un huevo así de raro simplemente puede ser analizado por un experto. Así que chicos, no se preocupen que mi huevo se encuentra en buenas manos. Y bueno, ya simplemente Richito se quedará analizando mi huevo para así poder ver cuál es el mayor beneficio que puede sacarle a mi huevo. Ya que sinceramente yo no sé cuál es el valor de mi huevo y eso simplemente lo puede...
Todos los nuevos Brain Rods de la actualización. Y es que en el admin de hoy Sammy agregó 5 Brain Rods nuevos, de los cuales 4 son de la máquina de crafteo y uno se consigue haciendo un ritual. Empezando con Futbolini Scatini, y para conseguir a este la verdad es bastante fácil. Lo único que se necesita son 2 fishboard y una chicleteira. Y solo mírenlo, está súper tierno. Su diseño me gustó bastante. Continuamos con John Doe, dando 7.5 millones. Y para conseguir a este Brain Rod, tenemos que hacer el ritual de los guerrero digitales. Y este no solo es nuevo, también forma parte de una de las recetas que Sammy agregó. Y pasamos con los Money Money Bros. Para conseguirlo necesitamos al Money Reindeer y al Money Money Puggy. Este ya se empieza a complicar bastante para conseguir, ya que el Money Money Reindeer solo se podía comprar por Robux en la tienda de Santa. Ahora les presento a los hackers dando 75 millones, y este fue definitivamente mi Brain Rod favorito, solo vean lo tiernos que están. Pero para conseguirlos no está nada fácil, ya que necesitamos a los 3 Brain Rods de ritual, siendo el más difícil de conseguir el Guest 666. Y por último tenemos al más exclusivo de todos, los Doogie Bros dando 90 millones, siendo su receta una de las más complicadas. Ya que como sabrán, el Dug 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 tan solo tiene 21.000 existencias en todo el juego. ¿Y a ti cuál fue el que más te gustó? Todos los nuevos...
This is a perfectly normal guy illegally parking in a handicap spot. But today, he's gonna get a little bit of instant karma. Over the past few months, I've been tracking down multiple real-life cheaters. And today, using some 200 IQ level methods, I'm gonna be giving these cheaters a little taste of their own medicine.
My heart's beating out of my chest. What am I doing?
Starting with our first type of cheaters.
Handicap spot cheaters.
We've all seen the jerks that park in handicap spots when
Today, me and Deji are trapped in a box.
Manda tu traits para ver a ver qué tienes. Ahí está en la pantalla el user.
Mexkpollo.
You don't control what happens in here. And these buttons around us are basically time currency. Every time we press 1, we get a challenge. The more we risk, the faster we escape.
Wow. This is cool. This is very cool. Holy shit.
Quesadilla crocodila.
For the next 24 hours, you are trapped in here together.
Wait, what?
From this moment on, 24 hours, you have control. What happens next?
24 hours, JJ!
You may have noticed the wall behind you.
24 hours! Wait.
Has the power to reduce your time in the box.
Okay, there we go.
But here's the catch. Every button comes with a challenge.
I can't be arsed.
Some are easy, some are brutal, and some you're really not going to like. The harder the challenge, the more time you remove from the clock. Get the timer to 0 and you leave. KSI, please open the trap door.
Oh my god. Oh! There's envelopes!
Open the envelope and read the statement together.
No, whatever, man. I'm not reading this. I, JJ, confirm that I am taking part in this challenge voluntarily. You can read, right? I actually confirm that I'm taking part in this challenge voluntarily. I understand that pressing any button may result in a physical, mental, or endurance-based challenge. I agree to follow all rules set by production for the duration of the challenge. And I
Guerrero
confirm that
digitale.
for the next 24 hours, I give up control.
You are now officially trapped in the box. 24-hour countdown starts now. There are 2 emergency stop buttons.
Okay.
One on each side of the box. These are your exit buttons. To leave the box early, you must both agree and press both buttons at the exact same time.
I know you're not.
There's a catch. If you leave the box before the 24-hour timer ends, the punishment is simple. You both get shaved. Completely bald. No exceptions. No negotiations. So the choice is yours. Good luck.
There's no way. What? Bold? Nah. Alright, look, let's just press the buttons and then chill. No, there are some challenges that I just refuse.
Lucky block.
What? Anything with bugs. I refuse, bro.
Lucky block.
Chill, bro. Relax. Why didn't you tell me?
Lucky block.
Bro, you didn't even ask.
Lucky
You didn't
block.
ask. You were like, whatever it is, I'm down.
Lucky
That is
block.
what you said.
Lucky block. Lucky block. Coco fanto elefanto. Lucky block.
I don't even know what any of these are, which is more fun. I'm gonna press this. Go on. You ready? Yeah.
Make sure you subscribe right now because
Lucky block.
we're giving away £1,000
Lucky block.
to one of you.
Lucky block.
Also, Anderson gift codes.
Lucky block. Lucky block.
So, stay locked in, pay attention, and you
Lucky block.
might be able to grab yourself some free cash.
Whoa, it's
Lucky block.
Whoa, we even got all
Lucky block. Lucky block.
What the?
Lucky block.
Wait,
Lucky
we just
block.
got a goat in it. Nah, bro, for real. Nah, he's taking a
Lucky
piss.
block. Lucky block. Lucky block.
Bro. Yo, what's up, little goat? You wanna say hi? Jeez. Wow, that is hella random. Oh, it's already taking a shit. Damn, I can see the inside of it. Nice. Why didn't you play it, bro? I'm very good. What you mean? I don't want to play. Chill. But, Ronaldo. We're calling you Ronaldo. Hello. Can you come? Oh, it's coming towards you. Just play it, man. Wait, JJ,
JJ, please, man.
Lucky
I
block.
beg.
What? Are you afraid of goats?
Come in.
Lucky
Why?
block.
Come.
Why?
I beg, please.
Okay.
Just come. Thank you.
Paradiso
holy
axolotino.
What the shit?
Lucky block.
You see, look. Why? You're using me as a shield.
Guys, please, can you get this girl out, man? Please.
Lucky block. Giraffa celestre.
Oh.
Wait.
Lucky block.
I know I've met you before. Oh, bro, I'm off.
Wait, what?
No, he handles bugs and stuff.
No, but
Giraffa celestre.
No, JJ.
No, but he also handles.
JJ, honestly.
Burr patapin.
JJ, for real, I'm being so dead ass.
What
bro.
do you mean? Relax.
No, he's gonna put bugs in this whole area or something.
No, he normally also deals with animals. That's why there was a goat.
If you can guarantee me that there's no bugs, then
I have to deal with it as well. Do you think I like bugs?
Oh, but JJ, I'm way worse than you.
No, I'm worse than you.
Oh.
Did you not see the video with me and Marlon?
JJ, I'm not doing no bugs.
Oh, relax. Well, it depends on what button we press.
I don't think it matters.
Okay, I'm pressing this.
Coming up, things get weird fast. The challenges keep getting crazy.
I can't be bothered. Oh wow, you're just. Oh my God, there's so many kids. 6, 7, I'm kind of over it now, guys. I'm kind of sick of this. Okay, great. Thank you, guys. Woo! All right. Guys, come on, when does this end? How do we make this end? Guys, it's too much! Guys! Stop! It's too much! Did you want it? What is this?
This is your fault.
Huh?
This is your fault.
Why is this my fault?
This is your fault.
Okay. Well done. Smashed it. Well, woo! Yes. So proud of you guys. Yeah.
6, 7. Thank you, everybody. Challenge completed.
Bye. Bye.
Time will reduce 20 minutes.
Bro, time is going down. Come on, man. Hey, now you're acting like you're getting crucified.
Because I know what's to come.
What do you mean?
I know what's to come. I know what's to come.
It might be another.
Nubini Pizzanini.
Oh, JJ, man.
You need to relax. Come on.
JJ, I can't.
You can, Dej. Dej. You boxed Floyd Mayweather.
That doesn't matter.
You gave him a black eye.
They stepped in the poo, by the way. Like multiple times.
Yeah, I did see that.
Boys, can you confirm to me that there are no insects, please, or bugs?
Press the button, Reggie.
Yeah. No, Dej, I think.
9,
Press the button.
8, 7.
What you.
What?
You need to read that out, Deji.
PZJL BGL VWN TBBM.
Oh, I think that's an Amazon code.
My name's Dylan Lovegrove. I'm a comedy hypnotist entertainer.
I've always wanted this.
Would you like to take a seat, gentlemen?
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry about the poop.
No, that's all right. I've got 2 kids.
Los
Right,
Nubinis.
Okay, so all I want you guys to do is know this first before we do anything. You will know exactly what you're doing. They see people on these, shows and stuff on TV, and they're like that, right?
Yeah.
And they think they got to be asleep. But they're not. They're actually in a higher state of focus and concentration because your subconscious mind's so powerful. It's always listening. People who get hypnotized, they're the ones that have got good imagination, creativity. It's all about imagination.
Okay.
Now, what I want you to do is take a big deep breath
Los
in.
Nubinis.
Breathe out, and I want you to just relax. Relax, okay? Put your arms out like this for me.
Okay.
Now, here we go. This is going to be the deep hypnosis you're going to experience in any moment. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Breathe out and close your eyes. Now, I want you to imagine with your eyes closed, focus on the idea that in your right hand, and this hand here, as I touched you on the top of the hand there, just imagine holding a bucket, an imaginary bucket. Now, imagine that I've got a hose pipe, and I'm putting into your bucket that hose pipe. I'm going to the other end, and I'm turning on the water mains, and now water is rushing into your bucket immediately. That bucket begins to get heavier and heavier and heavier. Do not let the bucket go. Filling up more and more and more. I know you gentlemen are very strong, but I want you to keep hold of that bucket in your mind's imagination. Now I want you to imagine, as I touch you on the wrist there, on your left wrist, just imagine there's 100 helium-filled balloons. 100 helium-filled balloons attached now to your left wrist, pulling up, going higher, lifting and rising. Rising and lifting and rising, going up into the stratosphere, up into the sky, up into the stratosphere. That's it, lifting and rising. The bucket's getting heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier. Now, in a moment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab you by both hands and I'm going to say the word sleep. Now, when I say that word, it's going to send you into a wonderful state of relaxation. You'll still be able to hear everything I say. You're just going to feel so wonderfully relaxed. The bucket's getting heavier and heavier. And if I touch you on the hands, my friend, just allow yourself to sleep, deep, relax, all the way deep, all the way deep. That's it. Just relax there, my friend. Go 10 times deeper, 20 times deeper. Good. And just take a big breath in, my friend. And just sleep, deep, all the way deep, all the way down. Relax in 10 times, 20 times, 50 times, deeper, more relaxed. So anytime I say the word sleep, your eyes will close, your body will collapse and relax, and you'll go 100 times more deeper than you are now. Nod your heads that you understand. Excellent. Good. So, just open your eyes for a minute, buddy. Okay, that's it, gentlemen. Open your eyes. Okay, just take a breath in. And just sleep. All the way deep, all the way down. Good. As I rock you from left to right, go even deeper, more relaxed, my friend, even deeper. That's it. Let yourself go. Let yourself relax, completely relax. That's it. Good. 1, 2, 3. Open your eyes and sleep. Oh, that's it. Okay, we catch you there, my friend. That's it. You stay there, relaxed, all the way deep, all the way down. You're doing absolutely fantastic. That's okay, my friend. That's okay. You just relax. That's okay. That's all right. You relax there, my friend. Person shoulder I'm touching now. I want you to, in a minute, imagine that the person next to you has made a dirty fart. In fact, it's your brother. He's made a disgusting noise in a moment. And in a moment, that's going to happen. When you hear that sound effect, you're going to think that he's farted. It's going to be absolutely disgusting. And it's absolutely vile. Get ready. And... Oh. Whoa. Gee.
What the fuck?
Oh, do you know
Coco
what?
Fanto Elefanto.
That is... Sleep, all the way deep, all the way down, 10 times, 20 times, 50 times deeper, 10 times. Now, when I ask you who's your favourite football team, you're going to say it's Tottenham. You absolutely love Tottenham. They're your favourite team. You love them, and you support them through and through. Fantastic. Okay, eyes open for my friend. Do you support a team, Benji? Yeah, who do you support?
Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest? Oh, okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. Who do you support, my friend? Tottenham. Oh, okay, cool. Funny, do you know what? It's very strange. I happen to have this with me right now. So yeah, I mean, there you go.
Okay.
What do you think of that?
Yeah, it's Tottenham.
Yeah, and you like Tottenham? They're pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Would you be able to say I love Tottenham on that? That's all right. Yeah, because just to show your true passion for this team.
Could you pull it for me?
I can pull it for you, my friend. There you go.
What do you think of Tottenham? Pretty good.
Yeah.
What do you think of pretty good? Wait, what's my... I don't know my...
Is it?
I forgot my signature. What the fuck?
Well, look, the main thing is you love this team, right? What do they mean to you?
I mean, they're a special team. Yeah, they're a pretty good team. I love Tottenham. Wait. Wait.
Let me take that pen. Just a second. Okay, let me just. Right, okay.
Wait,
just
why
focus
is
there,
that?
just focus there. No, focus there. Watch my hand there. Watch your hand there. There. Sleep. All the way deep. All the way down. Relaxing 10 times, 1,000 times, more deeper. Now, for the next 2 hours, if anyone says the word prime, you're immediately going to have this urge to want to just rub them and feel them and just get really connected to them. That's right. Anytime that someone says the word prime, nod your head, nod your head. Good. Now take a big deep breath in, breathing deep. If eyes open, by the way. Well done, my friend. Welcome back. Well done, JJ. Perfect. Listen, you were fighting that, weren't you? I could see it. You could fight. You was fighting that all the way. You was.
Challenge completed.
Take care, guys.
Did it happen?
Not for me. For you, it did.
What do you mean?
He put you to sleep and he made you love Tottenham.
What do you mean love Tottenham?
Apparently you love Tottenham.
I don't know.
But you do. You said it.
No, I didn't.
You did. You love Tottenham.
I don't love
But
Tottenham.
you do love Tottenham.
I don't love
But
Tottenham.
you love Tottenham.
I don't love Tottenham. Why do I don't know. I've got a weird urge to just grab you.
Press the next button.
Go on, Jay. What the fuck, Dedge? Alright. Well, that was weird. Did it happen?
Yes.
Fuck off, did it happen?
We can sleep too, but I fought it.
I'm so disoriented. Okay. You need to shit. Oh god, here we go. Shotgun. Shotgun! Yeah! Now we're talking! Yes! No, this is sick! Yes!
Have fun.
Well, I'm getting massaged. Well, lads.
Yeah,
How's it going?
Shotgun.
Yeah? You feeling alright? There we go. That's it. No, man. Now listen. I'm a little bit sick. I'm getting quite a lot out there time for a shower. But what I really need is you to get in there. Okay. Yeah?
Oh, wait.
Get on
Oh,
with it.
we're massaging you.
Yeah. That's right. Okay. Yeah, you got to massage me. I need it. I'm old, man.
You're so hairy.
I need some, yeah. That's right. You're going to have to use the oil, yeah?
Okay.
I'm ready. Ready when you are. Give me your soft fingers. By the way, you know, when you're massaging me, you know, I might get quite relaxed. And I have eaten quite a lot of beans, so...
bro,
no,
I beg.
man.
Please.
You know, I'm quite old. I might not be able to contain myself. What's that, okay?
My hands might be a little cold.
Oh. Really need. Can you work the fingers in a little bit? Tips your fingers.
Okay, yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. That's it.
What am I doing?
Working my knocks out, baby.
Okay, bro. Thanks for your help. Why are you so hairy, man?
I was just born this way. I'm natural bear, mate. They call me the don't care.
How long do I have to do this for so I can take more time off?